Hey guys, here we are in round 2 of Mikey Garcia versus Juan Manuel Lopez. The first round was like, they call it like a feeling out round or whatever, like HBO does. But as you saw, like, there's still a lot going on in that round and everything that they're doing. I didn't use any notes. I just kind of freestyled that one. But I had to make some notes for this one because there are a lot more adjustments during the course of this round that I have to go over. And they start literally right as soon as the bell starts. So we're going to get into it, and I'll show you what I see. So they're touching gloves right there. And right there, you see the first adjustment that Juan Manuel Lopez makes. Right, he does his jab, right? And then he puts all his weight on his left leg, and Mikey Garcia counters it. Because not only is he trying to counter him when he puts all his weight on his front leg, but he's trying to time him because Juan Manuel Lopez, he doesn't throw a second jab after coming forward. So right away, he just gets into, like normally in the first round, that would have been a landed shot for Mikey Garcia. But he's showing it an adjustment. And I want to make this clear also. Me pointing out all the great things that Juan Manuel Lopez is not to belittle Mikey Garcia. It's actually really important for people to know that when he fought Juan Manuel Lopez was still a very good fighter. And this is only to his credit that Juan Manuel Lopez is able to do all these things in the ring. Because Mikey Garcia has fought a lot of guys that, they don't have any skill or any craft. And this is showing a lot of the experience that Juan Manuel Lopez has. He's a solid fighter. And right there, he gets, as I say that, he lunges in with this punch, misses the right, or the straight left, and then eats kind of a counter jab from Mikey. And I want to point this out. You can see it on his footwork, right? After this jab, he rocks forward, and he throws this punch hard, this uppercut thing that he's landed before, and then throws the left after. In part of his rhythm, when he's going to throw two punches, he commits really hard to the first one, right? So he commits really hard to the lunging one. And notice he's not in range to land the first punch unless he steps forward. So he lunges in. And Mikey Garcia is able to counter him because he already realized through the first round that when he's throwing a hard first punch to close the distance, that he's not going to throw a double jab. He's going to throw a jab and then a left hand. And Mikey's able to get out of the way and catch the rhythm of it. And I'll show you more examples of it later. Right here, again, Lopez puts all his weight on his right leg. Mikey counters him. And another adjustment from Juan Manuel Lopez, like he started doing in the last round, throws the hook. And it does hit him. It does catch him right there. You can see it. It's like a grazing shot. But he still comes up short with the straight left. I guess he thought that Mikey was going to kind of duck down like he had before. And he was going to catch him. But Mikey Garcia, he has good defense right there, and he's able to manage to get out of the way of it. Get back into, okay. So here we go. We have Juan Lopez. He sees that he's being timed off of his footwork, right? So now he takes a step and he uses hand control. Notice how most of the time he's committing to his jab, but he leans all the way on his foot and uses hand control and tries to show that jab to Mikey to kind of try to get him not to jab him when he's on his foot like that. He does abandon that like pretty quickly, but it does show you that he's thinking in the ring and trying to make adjustments. Again, puts all his weight on his left leg and then throws a little jab right there. He's making adjustments. He's not a bad fighter. Now right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Mikey sees him not commit to this punch, and he throws it from way too far away, and he throws the jab. Because he didn't commit to the first punch and he's committing to this one, Mikey knows that another shot's coming, and he's able to get out of the way of it. really smart defense right there. In the first round, he was just kind of taking those shots, but he's made an adjustment. And it just shows you just how smart of a fighter Mikey Garcia is, in spite of the few left hands that he shouldn't have taken in round 1. But we're gonna move on now. Again, look at the distance that they're fighting at right now. Let me get back to that. Look how far away they are from each other, right? And that's because every time Lopez gets close and he puts the weight on his left leg, he gets jabbed in the head. So that might be one of the tactics that Mikey Garcia and his team were trying to employ, was to use that as a way to maintain the distance, so that he can time him when he has to sell out, like he does with the 2-punch combination and 3-punch combinations to get inside, and he can counter him. Really smart game plan. He's got a really smart team behind him. So right there, throws the jab, and then he's trying to counter him, but he's too far away, and neither one of them hit anything, but you can tell that Lopez is trying to counter his jab now, and right there again, puts his weight on his leg and then eats a jab. It doesn't land, but he gets a good look at him, and Mikey Garcia gets to see, oh, he's trying to time me now. Another one right there. So Mikey feints him and gets him to commit to it. So now he knows that he's trying to counter him too. And I don't know why Mikey Garcia didn't commit to a shot right there. Remember, like in the first round, how Juan Manuel Lopez saw, oh, we're touching gloves, and then he touched gloves, got Garcia to touch gloves, and instantly, off of that rhythm, was able to land that straight left hand that buckled Mikey. That was Mikey's opportunity, because he baited him into the shot, and he just didn't take advantage of it. Maybe he kind of put his arm up there like he could, but he didn't commit to it. Maybe he was worried about the straight left, because he also throws the straight left after it. But he didn't take advantage of it like I think he could have. Again, more timing in between his jabs. He throws a jab and then rocks back and then catches him with the jab. And that one, he wasn't even on his forward foot. It was just timing him. Again, right there, beautiful boxing from Mikey. He doesn't commit to the shot, right? Pawing jab to bring down his guard, throws a jab. And now, while Mikey doesn't have the greatest defense for the left hand right there, he still winds up landing a massive left hand counter. But you got to worry about Mikey's defense right there. If Juan Manuel Lopez had timed his straight left a little better, maybe he would have caught him. And now right here, beautiful boxing. He doesn't land it, right? But he's setting up because he knows Lopez is trying to counter him. He does it off of his weight, right? He puts all the weight on his left leg and his rhythm, and then tries to land the straight right hand. And we do know that just, basically KOs Lopez. But he's doing a good job in setting it up. Notice he hasn't even thrown it very many times throughout the course of the round. So good work from Mikey for actually working and setting up his punch and realizing where his opportunities are. Very high level fighter. Again, off of his own rhythm, easy jabs. And that jab, Juanma, he just telegraphs it. There's just nothing that he can do to stop that. Another jab he shoots forward, no follow-up. And also, if there was another follow-up, because remember, he throws a jab. If he commits to the first one, he throws a straight left after it. Mikey shoots to his own left, so that even if Lopez did throw the straight left, he would have missed. So that's really good work from Mikey right there. And then again, he threw a jab, same footwork, catches him right after his own jab. Even though he countered him, it didn't change Lopez's rhythm at all, and he was just able to land another punch. Again, fake the jab, doesn't commit to it, goes to throw the jab, and Mikey Garcia is able to time him and counter him. He's kind of schooling him with how well he knows Lopez, and he he kind of knows everything that he's going to do because Lopez is making himself be really predictable. So let's see if Juanma can figure out something to do to stop that predictability. Oh, right there. He knows that he's being timed off of his jab or off of his rhythm. So he puts all his weight on his front leg, and instead of eating the jab, he dips down to his right, making a subtle adjustment, but it's going to allow him to close the distance now without eating the jabs from Mikey when he comes forward. So he won't have to sell out as much with those like 2 and 3 punch combinations that never land and just get him countered in the head. Ooh, another shot right there. He does the same motion. He feints, right, like he's going to throw another jab and then throw right hand. Actually, it looked like it landed there. And all the other ones, it looks like the glove's right on his face. I thought he got away from it, but Mikey responsible defense after that. No, I don't think it lands. I can't turn the volume on though because it's a little off. But it really looks like it swings across his face. But defensive responsibility from Mikey right there, dipping the right hand if it came. Really smart right there. And we can move on from that part. But yeah, both fighters are showing like so many adjustments. Whereas a lot of times I know it kind of looks like it's just random people punching and stuff, but Juan Manuel Lopez is doing a lot of smart things in here. So you got to give him props for it. It's a little hand fighting. Again, right there, another adjustment from Lopez. He puts all his weight on his left leg, just like he always does, and he slips the jab from Garcia and throws a straight left. It's unfortunate that he didn't have, a better understanding of where Garcia was, and he couldn't land it. But it's showing you that he's a smart fighter. He's making adjustments. It's not that he's a bad fighter. He's just predictable. Now Juanma making another adjustment, trying a new. Oh, and look at this. He's putting all his weight on his leg, his left leg, because he knows he's getting baited there, and he's kind of showing Mikey that he knows that that's his timing. Kind of an equal opportunity understanding that they both know now, and trying to goad him into getting to throw a punch. I don't know why he would give him that information when that's an opportunity to land a knockout punch. So I don't know if it's just bravado or it's, he knows that he's not going to be able to stop it anyway. But again, another one, he starts using his high guard. Another adjustment from Lopez. That one's not paying off, but that's not the point again. And that was good too. He feints. And remember the rhythm that I was talking about where he jabs and then he rocks back and then he rocks forward and he never jabs after that. That's part of his rhythm. Lopez uses that to his advantage to set up a shot. And if Mikey's arm didn't get tangled in there, he would have landed a great shot. I think, yeah, he definitely lands that jab too. And good on Mikey for keeping his hand out there to control Juanma's left hand. But that another great adjustment from Lopez. Oh, man. Oh, no. Why I gotta give this guy props and then have him just throw them all away? Again, sells out, extends his arm all the way, throws the left to the body, and Mikey just takes a step back and catches him. Boom, catches him with another shot. And look at the position that Mikey has on him. If he just takes an angle, right, he can close the distance and control him and land some shots. But he had him completely out of position and was landing shots. Doesn't let his right hand go. Maybe he could have gotten a knockdown here if he had committed or tried controlling Lopez a little bit or taking an angle, doing something. But Mikey Garcia, he's just happy having won that micro engagement and goes back and resets. Now, is that a function of him not being able to control Lopez, like showing that he doesn't have those understandings, that he could have put himself in a better position to land a better shot? That could be. I'm very inclined to believe it is, because he had a wonderful opportunity right there to land some big shots. He had him, wobbly, off balance, and that's basically exactly what you're trying to do through all those micro engagements. When you're not, stealing shots that your opponent gives you, you're trying to put him out of position so that you can land easy shots. And it doesn't get much easier than when your opponent's, practicing ballet in the ring. Anyway, moving on. Now Lopez is being a little more, he's a little more comfortable just being close. He dipped forward and he's taking an angle right here, showing again another adjustment that he's making, not just walking into Mikey's jab like he had been. And Mikey's doing a good job right there, controlling him with his jab, keeping it in his face. Really smart stuff right there. Again, Juanma sells out, throws the jab, and then throws the straight left hand. Oh God, I need a drink of water. But when he closes the distance off of just one punch like that, and he commits to it, showing that he's going to throw the straight left right after. Mikey doesn't have the greatest defense for it right there. I think that he could have landed it, but a little bit of head movement, and he gets out of the way barely. Good job for him. Oh, man. And then Cardinal Sin. This whole time he's been in his boxing stance, and now he starts bouncing, and I don't know if that's something that he's done in other fights and they saw it on tape, like when Juan Manuel Marquez timed Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao makes that same move in almost every fight, that jump forward, jump back with his hands down, and Marquez timed him. Maybe this is something that he saw on tape, and he just knew it was going to happen sometime, and he just goes for the straight right and catches him. If that's not the case, you do see him bounce forward, back, and then he's about to bounce forward again, and Mikey catches him with the straight right and drops him. I don't get the sense that Lopez is super hurt, but man, you can see the disappointment in his face. Poor guy. Anyway, I don't think Mikey even believes that he's super hurt here either, and he kind of just not goes on his bicycle, but he doesn't press the attack and try to make something out of it. Right here, though, you see Juanma step onto his front foot and then lean back. Mikey misses the jab, and Juanma throws a straight left at the body. Good shot. More adjustments, more working off of Mikey's counters. Mikey's being a little predictable now, but again, right there, the same thing. But Lopez doesn't get anything off there. Just a lot of adjustments. A lot more happened in this round, and Mikey's showing that he's starting to set up his punches off the counters. He's starting to get the rhythms and the timings of Lopez's lunges in, and he's really controlling the fight, everything about the fight. Anyway, it was a great round for Mikey. Even without the knockdown, he was doing a lot of really great stuff. He hurt Lopez a few times. He's just timing him and countering him so well. It's like he trained with this guy his whole life, and he just knows every move that he's gonna make. And it's an interesting talk, to have about people who watch a lot of fights, and they know a good fighter when they see him. And there's a difference between having being a good fighter and being a great athlete with a game plan, and not to say that Mikey's not a good fighter. He is. He's showing that he's making adjustments in here. He didn't take any straight lefts to the head this round. He's doing a lot of things, but he's also a great athlete with a game plan. And you got to wonder, without without film having developed so much, or like YouTube and fights like this being able, without me being able to break fights down like this, how much different boxing would be. How much more crafty fighters not only could be, but had to be, because they never knew who they were going to face. They never knew their style. They never knew, you'd have to go to a fight live and watch it. So sports in general have just taken a very strange turn from what they used to be. I like it. I think it's good, but I would appreciate if fighters had to be more crafty, and have better skills, have better a tool set or a skill set, than just being able to watch someone on tape and see one mistake they make and try to make the best of their mistakes. Now, with that said, Mikey's making the best out of tons of mistakes that Lopez is making. Anyway, I'm going to do round 3. I might get it up tonight. I'm not sure. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.